Welcome back, everybody. My name's Andrew and you're watching the Kelly's Country Life. So today is what I'm officially going to start calling Review Day Friday, where we're going to do reviews of products on the channels. Now, we may not have something to do every single Friday. We'll do other videos, but today we do have something special I want to tell you about. So I had a company reach out to me called Newair. They make really nice misting fans, which I have today, as well as a bunch of other appliances. If you'd like to check the fan out or anything else that they offer, link is down in the description as always, anytime I review a product. But today, we're gonna be focusing on this misting fan. As you can see right now, it's early morning, but it's already burning up here in Florida. I'm working on the house over there, trying to build one myself. This is going to be an awesome product for me to have out there and to cool down, because it's been getting in the 90s. Before long, we'll probably have a bunch of 100-degree days. It's just miserable hot. So I'm really looking forward to having something to give me that break that I need when I'm out here working. So I'm gonna open this up real quick. I don't typically do unboxings. I find them kind of boring. We'll get these parts out, get this put together, and then I'll tell you about it once we get it set up over at the house. All right, so you may notice that I have changed clothes and it's a different day. That's because I've actually been using this fan for several days this week as I work on building our house out here. It's been miserably hot in the 90s down here in Florida, and this thing has been an absolute lifesaver. So since I've got a few days under my belt of using it, let me show you some things that I've found out about it, some things I do like, some things that probably could be improved upon, and then my overall opinion on it. So down here on the bottom, this is the water tank for it. It's really easy. You just pop this top right off. There is a pump down here that you can actually remove the water tank if you need to, say if it weighs too much. This is where you'll pour your water in. And by the way, I've been using this all week long, and the water level has only dropped about an inch in here. It is very good on water. You're not gonna have to fill it very often. I thought it would run through a lot of water. It absolutely does not. That's about it. That is all the water I've used. It's just crazy. So you can pop the top right back on here. You can fill this obviously with a tea pitcher or whatever you need to fill it up with. Now, as far as the fan goes, it is extremely, and I mean extremely well made. Quite heavy, believe it or not. The fan itself is about 50 pounds, but once you fill that up with water, there's quite a bit of there, of weight right there to it. That could be the one gripe that I maybe have with it. I would love to see some wheels on there so you could tilt it over and move it. However, if it had wheels and you did tilt it, chances are you'd spill water everywhere, so I understand that. But again, you can actually remove the pump, take the water base right off, it's not bolted in or anything, and have a much lighter fan to move. I can move the whole setup full of water, but it's about all that I want to move. Now again, that isn't actually a good thing. Look at the size of the motor on this. Everything's made out of nice thick metal. I've been very, very impressed with it thus far. The fan has some really cool looking blades that look very well made. Doesn't like that cheap chintzy stuff that you see. And this up here is actually the mister. There is a rotating misting plate in there. I don't know if you can see it. That will spin the water out and cause it to basically atomize and mist. That's a really nice feature. This does not blow big water droplets out on you at all. It is an awesome fine mist. That's what makes it work so well. We'll turn it on here in just a second. So a couple features about it before I turn it on and you can't hear me. It's got 3 speeds. It goes up to 7,500 CFM, they claim. And then there is a switch on the back to turn on the pump that is down in the tank to turn the misting function on. Now once you have the mist going, you can actually come back here to this knob and control how much water that you want to deposit. So if you want a very fine mist or if you want a heavy mist, you can do that with that knob right there. So that's a pretty neat feature. The other thing about it, it has a really nice gearbox back here. So this fan will actually oscillate. That's an awesome feature for out here on a porch, like if you were entertaining. So you just tighten this knob right up. I'll show you that in a second. It engages this gear that then drives this and oscillates it back and forth. That's something I really like. Now the other thing about this is they claim that it is coated for moisture. Obviously I would hope that it would be, so it should serve you just fine out on a back porch or patio, and you shouldn't have to worry about much corrosion from the fan itself. One thing that I do like about this, but it's worth mentioning, it has a very, very narrow airstream. So about the size of the fan is how far it blasted out, over 15-20 feet. It doesn't throw a really big just ball of air out here. That's a good thing. I can see myself using this a lot whenever I'm, say, grilling somewhere and don't want the fan to be washing out the flames or blowing out the grill, but I want it misting and cooling me off, so I like that. And again, if you want it to cover the whole patio, just engage the oscillation function and it'll cover quite a big area. So enough talking, let's turn this on. Let me show you. It's very powerful. Love the misting feature. It has really been saving me out here as I've been building and working on this house. Every time I get extremely hot, I just come out here and turn this on for a second, and it makes a tremendous difference having the mist. It really does. It really feels like you've turned AC on. Imagine, anytime you sweat and you're wet and then go stand in front of the fan, how cool that feels. That's how this is. But the awesome thing is it does not get you soaking wet, and I will show you that. So again, we'll just turn it on. I'll go up to speed 3. You probably won't be able to hear me after that. I'll engage the misting function and show you what it looks like. Now here's the cool thing about this, hopefully you can hear me. You see how much mist is coming out of there. Looks like a lot, but watch, if I hold my hand right in front of it, it feels like I'm getting soaking wet. It feels so damp, but it feels awesome. As soon as I pull my hand out here, there's no balls of water on there, nothing. When I stand in front of it with my clothing, it really feels like I'm getting damp and wet, but very cool. But there is no water droplets, nothing. I'm absolutely amazed by that. Let me show you something else. All right, I'd be crazy to stick my phone in front of this if it was putting off a tremendous amount of water, but check this out. Not a drop of water on the front, yet you can see the mist and feel it. All right, I'm gonna show you all that oscillation function. You actually just move this over until it engages, tighten that knob up, and this wheel is always driven. You just engage the oscillation by that knob right there. Okay, so that's on low. You should easily be able to hear me talk now. And it's still moving quite a bit of air, as you can see by how my shirt's doing. And it feels so cool. This is a really neat device. I love it. All right, so now you get a good idea how much water is being misted out. That's where this is. So straight up and down, will actually cut the water completely off. Or you put it on a low function. Or you can run it wide open. So what you can actually hear spinning down now is that heavy metal plate in there. I think that's really what part of what makes this work so well. The water hits that and gets slung out. I've used some misting fans before that would just soak you because they're throwing big water droplets out. So I thought I would share this. Y'all seen it in the background all week long as I've been working on building the house. And I'm being honest with you, I look forward to my breaks out here now. Whenever I'm burning up, this just cools you off so much quicker than a regular fan. I didn't realize. Tiffany even come out yesterday. She wanted to check it out and tried it. She was blown away. She could not believe that it felt like you were getting wet, cold wet, but then as soon as you touched your clothes, your hand, you're dry. That's a pretty awesome feeling. Actually, she told me that we need to get a second one. So as soon as the house is done, we're probably going to wind up buying us a second one right here and putting that on the patio. We think that'll cover this entire area greatly. Now, I do want to say, Newair did send me this one out to try, so I thank y'all so much for that. There is a link down in the description. It is an affiliate link, so we get a small kickback for any of them that are purchased. It just helps the channel out so we can kind of do reviews and things like this, keep buying the camera equipment and posting these videos right there. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Feel free to drop any questions that you have down in the comments. I'm going to continue to use this. You're going to see it in the background a lot this summer. It's literally going to be a lifesaver. So good or bad, I'll be sure to share my experiences. Like I said, don't hesitate to ask any questions that you have about it. Thanks for watching.